All right, here comes a little slow your roll segment. It's about time. We gave you, 2 shows plus of nothing but positivity. Now it's time to a little reality check. That's Taylor Kyles. He does a great job. He's with CNLS Media, and he does a lot of great sort of video breakdowns. He's excellent. That was on Early Edition last night. He's started to appear with us on NBC Sports Boston. So he does good stuff, and I'm not beating up on him necessarily, but it's
just going to sound
that way as usual, and then I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble because I'm picking on a media guy, and I'm not doing that. It's just to get into the segment, because what he has said, I've started to hear a lot, which is that they're going to be this running team. And the league, the way the league is built now, the league is built to stop the pass, and there's a lot of light defenses out there and defenses that aren't set up to stop the run. And there's no one who's going to be able to stop the Patriots on the ground, and they're going to be a running team, and that's a path, and that's a recipe for success. And Tyler, you basically said it there. Tommy Curran said to him, well, what if teams put 8 in the box and take it away? And Tyler's like, I don't think that's going to happen. Cincinnati did some of that, and they still ran it right down their throats. So they need to improve the passing game for the 2-minute drill. But other than that, they can be a throwback team and win running the ball and defense, and he's not the only one saying that. So this is something that has taken hold, and this is why we're here to pump the brakes and slow your roll. I disagree with Taylor, and I disagree with people who feel that way. In fact, a core belief of mine is that if you're a running team and your best players are running back, you suck, and I stand by it. So you still suck, and you're trying to climb out of the suck chamber, and you cannot win at a high level running the ball. You can't. You can't. There was a time you could get away with it, but if that's and what I mean by that is if that's your bread and butter, if you start with the run, there's certainly some of these teams, some of the Mahomes Chiefs teams ran the ball well. You ran the ball well at times, but it was always sort of the compliment to Brady, compliment to Mahomes, compliment to the passing game. If you're just going to line up and establish the run and your best players are running back, you suck. You're not going to go very far. And oh, by the way, they know it. The Patriots know it. Do you know how I know they know it? Give me one bit of evidence that would tell you they know that the formula that I just laid out, running in defense and that thing, is not the path.
They drafted Drake May.
Thank you. So, we don't even need to argue about this because the team's not going to argue about it with me. They know it. Everyone knows it, that championships are won through the passing game. Okay? And whether you have whether you have Brady Mahomes, that guy, or someone who just plays really well at that position, you have to pass to win championships. And they know it, which is why they drafted the quarterback where they drafted him. So everyone just slow your roll on the running game thing. And oh, by the way, if a good, well-coached team wants to take away your running game, they're going to take away your running game.
Correct. Patriots used to do it to the Steelers all the time.
Look, if you suck or are clueless, yeah, maybe you can run on a team. There's bad run defenses out there. But if you just devote yourself to it, you'll be able to stop the run. Okay, it's just, and the teams that decide to do it to the Patriots will stop them, maybe starting this week. So that thing about I don't think it's going to go away. I'm sorry, Taylor. I really disagree with that.
So look, to me, you got to throw. Can I play devil's advocate for 1 second?
Of course.
Okay, so when you talk about winning at a high level, instinctively, the team that would pop into my head, and I understand it, they didn't win a Super Bowl. What about Tennessee when they had Derrick Henry?
Yeah, so this is what I was thinking about, that 2021 team that made the conference championship game, and I just looked it up. They only passed for over 250 yards 5 times that whole season.
So listen, good run, and they were a good team through those years.
They were a 1 seed that year.
They were never a great team.
That's their ceiling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like you said, you're not going to win a championship, but you can be pretty damn good.
Sure. So listen.
You can be respectable.
Let me tell you this. What they're doing is a path out of the suck chamber. Got it. No problem. To get from suck back to 500, yes, because you don't have a great quarterback. Defense, special teams, hard-nosed approach, run the football. Yeah. That's what bad teams do. And if you do it well enough, you can win some games. So I'm all for. They shouldn't be putting Jacoby Brissett in the spread and throwing 45 times. I'm not telling him to do that.
But it has a ceiling.
But we all like. I'm yelling at you, but there's no argument. Is there anyone out there that's going to tell me that running the football and establishing the run, and you can bring 8 in the box, we're still going to run it down your throat? Like that's how you win championships?
No, not in today.
That's how you win at a high level today. No one believes that.
No, you don't.
You don't. You do that if you epically blow, or you have no quarterback, and you have a good defense, and now there's your path. So go do that thing for now, no problem. But no one get carried away with yourself. And by the way, someone's going to stop you very soon on the ground, maybe even this week.
And look, and I'll even give you I'll even say the 2019 Patriots were, we got that right?
No, 18.
18. The 2018 Patriots ran the ball through the postseason. But to win at Kansas City, Brady had to make big throws in overtime and at the end of regulation. So, like, at some point, they don't win that Super Bowl if Brady's not there making those pass game plays.
Yeah, they don't get there.
Right. They don't get there. So they were a run and defense team at the end of the year more than they were, but they still needed Brady to win it for them.
So look, there was a time in the league, the early part of the Patriots dynasty, Rob Johnson in Tampa, Trent Dilfer in Baltimore. At the time, Brad Johnson. Sorry, at the time, people thought Tom Brady and the Patriots, but there were not the elite guys, elite quarterbacks winning championships. It was defense and the complementary offense with focusing on the running game. And the Ravens, when they won the second time, Flacco went off and played at an elite level, but they were a defense and running team. So it's like, I'm sure, and at some point, maybe there'll be an outlier. Like, there's always the outlier. There's always the exception to the rule. And at some point, maybe hear a team with a really mediocre quarterback. And I don't include Nick Foles because Nick Foles played well in that run. But like a quarterback who puts up really mediocre production is going to win with a running game and a defense. It's probably going to happen, but just we all acknowledge that's an exception. It's an exception to the rule. It's an outlier. And please, and even as running games go, like, I think this one has a chance to be okay. But what are we really talking about here? It's not an elite running game even.
No, it's not. I mean, look, at best, their offense will be astonishingly mediocre. At best. And I'm not even sure. Again, for everything that went right on Sunday, they had under 300 yards of offense. They scored 16 points.
1 touchdown, 120 passing yards. I mean, come on.
And they basically got 3 turnovers. One was on downs. And they scored 16 points. Like, there's no way that's going to beat a good team. No way.
Another one quickly is that the offensive line, it wasn't as good as we thought, you thought. And we talked about this yesterday with Bedard, and it's, you might have heard all these numbers by now. Mike Giardi wrote in the Boston Sports Journal for Greg, a lot of chest pounding after that win in Cincinnati, including from the head coach. But you've all seen the numbers by now. Stevenson had 118 of his 120 yards after first contact. Now, some of that contact is inevitable. Not every running back has every defender accounted for. And Stevenson made it a habit Sunday of running through defensive backs and their arm tackles as he should. But my second watch of the game via the All-22, says Giardi, revealed 10 runs of the 32 runs, Antonio Gibson included, with the ball carrier encountering that contact behind the line of scrimmage, as opposed to just 6 that I deemed clean, meaning he got past the line of scrimmage without contact. That feels unsustainable, writes Giardi. And I'm someone who agrees that Stevenson is a top 10-ish back. Yeah, Stevenson is terrific. Nothing to do with him. But if you got guys in the backfield, that's not a sustainable thing. Like, so I just, if Cincinnati tackled better, they would have stopped the Patriots. They were in the backfield all game.
They were. And the only reason we thought the offensive line was good is because it was so bad in the preseason they couldn't even line up. And when I say thought they were good, they just didn't suck in this game. That's really what it was.
Well, I mean, listen to this. For those who worship at the altar of PFF, the Pats were, again, they ran for 170 yards. They won time of possession by 10 minutes, and Stevenson was through the roof. The Pats ranked 25th in run blocking across the league in week 1. 25th. And they put up those numbers. miles behind teams like divisional foes Miami, which were second, and Buffalo, which was 15. So it's like it was really just Stevenson and Brissett also tucking and running at the first sign of trouble, but really bailed the offensive line out of that. So there's 2 slow your rolls. We got more. Slow your roll on the running game, would you please?
We definitely got more.
So if you're going to trumpet your running game, it means you suck. Which, you do. Like, and we all acknowledge that. We're rooting and we're trying to pull them out of the suck. But that's where you are. If you really thought that was the key to the whole thing, you wouldn't be drafting Drake May number 3. And 2, the offensive line, they got bailed out by the backs, including the quarterback.
25th in run blocking, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Slow your roll. Your team just ain't that good.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.